Hello there, everyone. TheAndrata here, and welcome back to episode 8 of our All the Mods 7 Season 2 Let's Play series, where today is the day we finally get our All the Modium and set up our builder. No more mining. No more mining. Let's get started. Welcome back, my friends, to another wonderful day here in the world of TheAndrata in All the Mods 7 Season 2. Today, we are going to continue, as we have been working towards getting ourselves the freaking all the modium that we have downstairs. So I can, there's a couple things that I want, but namely, I want my builder. I want my builder so that I can set this up and no more mining. We can let this do its own resource mining thing, and then I don't got to worry about it. And, it works great. And I know a lot of you are like, but TheAndrata, what's the builder do and all that stuff? What's the purpose of the builder? Well, you'll see. You'll see very soon. Hopefully. Actually, probably this episode. Because in between episodes, last episode we ended with us in the nether and everything like that. And I went and did a little bit of exploration, and I got tired of exploring. Okay. So what I did was I was like, all right, you know what? I'm just going to start, instead of looking for chests and trying to find some a piece of netherite or netherite scrap or something in there. What about ancient debris, right? There's an ancient debris mine. What about ancient debris? Where do I get ancient debris from? World gen wise, at least. In the nether, it is found at Y level 14, 15, 16 really, with like 14 and 15 being the best, it seems, 13 being the best. Yeah, Y level 13, the highest chance, at a 0.02% chance to have a ancient debris be generated. Not very high, but it's the best option. So I said, forget about it, and I just went and started looking for ancient debris. Luckily, we have the osmium paxel, and being able to mine is fairly simple. So I dug down. Now, if we take a look, I was like, whoa, what happened there? If we take a look here, our portal, I never marked our portal on our map, but this is our nether fortress that we explored. I believe if I open up J, where's my blaze spawner is over here. So we're not terribly too far from my blaze spawner. I don't know why. I got two different maps going on. It's confusing me overall, but whatever. But blaze spawner is over here. So this is our fortress. And I was just digging around. This is where we were exploring last episode. We were kind of in this area, and I was trying to find somewhere where I could dig down deep enough, because I kept digging down and then running into lava. And I found myself this fancy little mine shaft that's down here. I didn't do terribly too much exploration of this. Just some overall. But yeah, we have a nice mine shaft down here with, obviously with stuff and things, but also, there's some loot and all that stuff. But the key thing is, it is at the perfect Y level for us to be able to explore for ancient debris, because we're at Y level 14, and Y level 13 is what we need to be at in order to get ancient debris. So let's just do a little bit of exploration, see if we can't find anything. There are blaze spawners in here, so we do kind of have to be a little bit wary as we go around corners and stuff, and for running into blazes, but for the most part, we're okay. I just realized there was no game sound, so that is now corrected, so you guys should be able to hear all this stuff going on. I was wondering why I wasn't hearing myself put the fire out, but now we're good. Anyway, so yeah, we're at perfect Y level. There really isn't that much in this mine shaft, to be honest. It's not the greatest, and I'm afraid to dig around terribly too much because there's lava everywhere. But what we can do is use our nice paxel and... What? You got a problem with me, buddy? We can use our nice paxel and just dig out. We could dig whole sections of netherrack out. The only thing that we have to be really wary of is the lava. I just want to see. I've been down there because I looted that chest. There's nothing down there. Nether depths. That's the waystone. Just trying to see, is there anything super interesting around here that I haven't gotten yet? But it doesn't look to be that way. So anyway, what we can do is just vein mine. If we stand on something that's not netherrack, so if we put down cobblestone and then we vein mine up, we'll vein mine 64 blocks, and we can just go crazy. We just have to watch out for stuff like that. So we got to be able to quickly move out of the way. But yeah, finding ancient debris like this is not terribly too difficult, as long as we're just smart with our, where we're standing and things like that. So that way we don't drop lava on our own heads. And with that being said, I did end up finding 2 pieces of ancient debris over actually by our portal that we have. Ancient debris is over there. So we have some. I was just maybe looking around, seeing can we find any more, maybe get lucky. Remember, it is only a 0.02% chance. I don't want to kill our osmium paxel because it is very handy. But at the same time, what's the point of having it if we're not gonna, do the mining thing? One more. And if we don't have any here, that's okay. All right, that's okay. Now, there is what's called the netherite sight potion. This is a potion that we could brew. Now that we have blaze rods available to us, we can make ourselves a brewing stand and brew this. And it requires calcinated netherite powder. But basically, this will highlight blocks for 5 minutes of netherite that are in the area, ancient debris that's in the area. Making this isn't terribly too difficult. It is just smelting netherite powder. And then the netherite powder is made with a pestle mortar, ender powder, and and then this is made with a diamond. And this is made with some stone. So when we get our netherite scrap, we can do this. We'll see where we end up with it, because I have ideas for my netherite scrap that we have, and I don't want to end up burning it all. Is this infested soul sand? It is. So let's go ahead and pop back home. And it was also mentioned in the comments, thanks to Zephyr Wind Spirit, who actually reached out to the developer for the Althemodium, ore, right? And it is never going to be breakable. This stuff here, player mineable only, not quarryable. That's actually kind of unfortunate. That's okay though. You cannot break it with magic. Oh, you can only break it with manual tools like a pickaxe. Magic will not work, and it's not quarryable. That I don't like that, but I think that's why the player mineable only. I think that's why magic doesn't work. The way that it's set up is that you can't do anything with it. You can't use magic or anything other than you physically going and mining the stuff up is the only way to get it to work. So, hey, it is what it is. We tried with Ars Nouveau. I don't know if we tried to cheese it or anything like that. I don't know if I would call that cheesing it, but we tried to get it faster than I guess we could have. I don't need all of this netherrack, and we don't have a lot of room up in our barrels up there, so I don't want to go ahead and fill those all up. I don't know if I mentioned these, but we got 2 spell books while we were exploring in the nether. We got Gootastic's Telekinetic Fishing Rod, which projectile, launch, amplify, delay, pull, amplify. So I'm going to assume it launches an enemy and then pulls it back. You would jump right then. Yeah, and then pulls it to you. So it'll launch them up and then pull whatever it is to you. And apparently, I guess it looks like it works on blocks, though it didn't really work on that sand block. But you know what? Sand has gravity. So I bet you sand is probably not the best thing to try that on. Let's try it on this. Nope, that just launched that straight up too. So cool. Gootastic's Telekinetic Fishing Rod. And then we have Potent Toxin that poisons enemies and causes them to take extended damage or damage from other sources for an extended period of time. So, now that slime's going to be poisoned, so he's going to be taking damage and doing the thing. So anyway, let's go ahead and work on what we're going to do. So with our 2 ancient debris that I have, we have a couple options here. We can just smelt that up straight in netherite scrap. However, that is not enough to get us a netherite ingot, and we need a netherite ingot in order to be able to make anything netherite, right? And in order to make a netherite ingot, we need 4 total netherite scrap. 4 netherite scrap, 4 gold equals 1 ingot. So we need to figure out a way to at least minimum double the 2 that we have. So we have a couple options in here, though not anything that's super duper crazy. We have a pulse grinder from AE2, which allows you to get dirty netherite scrap, which can then be enriched. We don't have that option, but that triples it. That's not too bad. The crusher from Mechanism can also triple it, but again, we'd have to have a crusher available to us, which we don't have any of this set up yet, though theoretically that isn't terribly too difficult to make. The enrichment chamber might be another problem. We can energize smelt into 1. That doesn't work. We can enrich into 2. Enrichment chamber is not really out of the reach either, though we need steel. I don't think we have any steel production yet. And then we have induction smelting. Induction smelting is just a direct double, and we get a 20% chance to get rich slag. And there we go. Melting also gets us 1 ingot and 3 nuggets. So that would get us, yeah, that really doesn't help us at all. That's not enough. So induction smelting is the way that we're going to go. The induction smelter is not terribly too difficult to make. Blast furnace, a couple pieces of sand, some Invar, a redstone flux coil, and a machine frame. The only thing that we might be complicated in that whole thing is the Invar. And Invar is not difficult to make at all. If you've done any sort of thermaling in the past, Invar is super easy. All it is smelting up of Invar dust, unless you have an induction smelter, of course, and then you can just do the metals directly. But Invar dust is just 2 iron dust and a nickel dust. Easy peasy. So all you got to do is throw some iron in your macerator, throw some nickel in your macerator, get your dusts, combine them, and you get Invar. Bada bing, bada boom. So we take a look in our backpack. You can see I have all of the stuff necessary for us to be able to do this. So let's go ahead and craft ourselves up 1 induction smelter, please. Thank you, sir. Now, unfortunately, our quest line for thermal wants us to do a redstone furnace and a pulverizer before we get to the induction smelter. So, I mean, it really doesn't help us out too much that we jumped ahead, but it's okay. We got it going. And then down here we have a Stirling dynamo from thermal, which is basically the exact same thing as the coal generator. I wanted to see and compare these two and see which one is better. The coal generator can produce 60 RF per tick, and then it, just does 60 RF per tick. The Stirling dynamo is upgradable, so if it starts out at 60 and then we can bump it up, I think Stirling dynamo is the way to go, because we can get more power out of this ultimately in the future versus our coal generator, because our coal generator we would need to infuse, which is a whole process with RF tools. So anyway, induction smelter with ancient debris, we're going to double it up. We can use our coal generator for now. We can use our Stirling dynamo. It really doesn't matter. All we need is a little bit of coal, and we can get this done. I don't even know if we need that much coal. We're gonna be minimal as possible here, if possible. And you know what? You already have power in you, even better. So if I put my induction smelter on top, are you gonna fill up? Yeah, check that out. Don't even need a pipe. All we got to do is throw our ancient debris in there, and our what episode is this? 8? Our 7-episode series of trying to get ourselves enough ancient debris or netherite to get my all-the-modium downstairs is finally going to be complete, and I am happy about it. Bam, netherite scrap taken care of. Let's grab the Invar. I keep forgetting that we have our Tom Simple storage here, so we have all this stuff. And let's grab ourselves a netherite, not metherite, not meth, no, netherite. Netherite ingot. Bam. This is not Breaking Bad. Okay, netherite ingot. We're also going to need ourselves a smithing table, which should be able to be made with some iron. Bam, and there we go. Now, with that being said, our osmium paxel is, kind of sort of dying. It's almost dead. At this point, I think a netherite paxel would be the best option for us to use this netherite ingot, because it's going to get us, we make a diamond paxel. That's going to get us fairly good durability on this thing. It's going to be netherite tier, and yeah, it's going to require us to make all of these things. So we're going to need 3, 6, 7 total diamonds, and I think that should be easily doable. We should have 7 diamonds available to us. Excuse me, sir. I need this. You. So that's you, which then makes this. Okay, so we got a diamond paxel. Perfect. And then we just got to apply our netherite to it. So let's just do smithing table, this and this, and we got a netherite paxel. Bam. And that'll replace our osmium paxel. I'll keep using the osmium paxel for now, just until its durability is run out, but it's going to get replaced. We can just throw this right there. So let's go ahead and go downstairs. And finally, do not tell me that the netherite paxel does not count as a netherite tier tool. I don't know what I'm going to do. We're going to, I don't know. If that happens, this world's going to get destroyed and deleted, and we're never playing all the mods again. No, I'm just kidding. But hopefully that is not the case. It wouldn't make sense. But I wouldn't be surprised if for some reason there's some other gate that's going to be messing me up. You know what I want to do while I'm here is go ahead and get myself, let's get light. We're going to do projectile mage light, and we're going to light this place up. I don't like all this darkness that I see. Yeah, these just send out little lights that just sit in the world. You can see them there. We can change the color of them if we really wanted to, though it doesn't really bother me. I think we can even make them invisible if we wanted to. I just, you know, it's very convenient being able to just summon them, boop, you know, and place them wherever we want them to go. Hey, walk, please. I got my parkour path over here to get up here to my prize, the Allthemodium, which is even higher. I do that every time. We have our little axolotl friend. I don't know if he's still here or not, but hey, buddy, get out of my way. You too. Okay. Pickaxe. Yes, we can finally mine this. 2 blocks of it. Let's go ahead and grab ourselves our Allthemodium. Thank you, friend. Raw Allthemodium ore. What can we do with this? What is our best way? We can double it with our macerator. Perfect. I like that idea. What I would like to see is if maybe there's a little bit more. Is there Allthemodium site? There is an Allthemodium site potion. We could grab that and maybe find some more Allthemodium. This is a lush cave, which is where it's supposed to spawn. So there might be some more like hidden inside this deep slate and everything, which would be great, you know, to have. I'm not going to worry about it right now. We have enough to make 4 total ingots then. And all the stuff that we're wanting to make at the moment just requires nuggets. So I'm not like super duper concerned with having to make more, but the more the merrier, of course. Like armor wise, I'd love to just, even if I could just get like the boots, Allthemodium boots. Does require another piece of netherite, so I'd have to get some scrap, but like 4 ingots, that would take care of our fall damage. We wouldn't have fall damage anymore. And then I can do all kinds of stuff like jump off of things and not have to worry about the pain of falling off of things. But anyway, let's go ahead and pop home. We're going to go ahead and raw Allthemodium ore this up. Time in a bottle. You are what? Unobtainium. So we can't even get that. Unobtainium we can't obtain until we go to the other dimension, I believe, right? Yeah, End Highlands. Oh, I'm sorry. End Highlands biomes only, player mineable only, not quarryable. So we have to get to the end at least to get unobtainium. Allthemodium is going to go into here. I did have this turned off, the auto input, because I needed the dusts. I didn't want it to resmelt everything back up. Let's go ahead and get some more tiny coal into this thing. And there we go. Our glorious Allthemodium ingots are coming into the system. Perfect. And we can just go ahead and directly turn that into nuggets, and bam. So now that was our biggest bottleneck for getting all this stuff done. Now we should be able to get ourselves our builder, which should just be 3 blocks of redstone. Bam. Gonna run out of redstone, but that's okay. And then a machine frame, which is just a couple lapis. And bam. Luckily, I had taken out a couple endermen. I think that we only have like, what, 2 ender pearls left now? Oh, none. That was our last ender pearl. Well, perfect. Luckily, we had that. So we have our builder, and that was been my main goal. I also need to get myself a quarry card. Totally forgot about this part. And watch this need me to get another ender pearl. No, just some more diamonds. Okay. And some bricks. So let's get some clay. We're going to need a total of 8 clay cooked up. We're going to need some more diamonds. Tell me I have enough diamonds. I'm going to have just enough diamonds. Thank goodness. Diamond pickaxe. But then again, now we're going to mine and we're going to get more diamonds. Why you tell me you didn't have any diamonds, buddy? Okay, so that's that. And then all we need is the shape card, which is just the bricks. Allthemodium can go into here. and we'll come back. All right, clay is done, and we have our bricks, which means we can make bricks. We're turning bricks into bricks, right? Let's go ahead and sleep through this night because we're going to have to go out there, and we don't want any, any kind of bad guys coming at us or anything like that. Oh, excuse me? I'm like, what happened there? I was underneath this, and so it made me super small. Let's go ahead and put like a piece of cobbled deep slate or something. Or here, dark stone. That looks cool. Let's just put this under there so it looks like that's at least standing on something. I don't know. It's better than nothing. Okay, so that should get us our quarry card. Well, a shape card. And then our quarry card. So with this, this is our setup. This is what we're going to need here. We're going to need a lever as well. Not necessary, I guess. You don't need a lever, but we're going to have a lever. And we're also going to want our coal generator so that we can power this bad boy. And we're going to want to get some coal with us. Now, and keep in mind, we are going to mine up more coal, but we want some to start with. And let's go ahead and set this up somewhere. Ideally, I really don't know. Ideally, we would set this up with like ender chests, and it would go into our system, and we probably actually honestly have the capability to make ender chests now. This is the different ender chest mod than what I'm used to. But 4 blaze rods, eye of ender, theoretically, yes, we would need to get some more ender pearls, but that is still similar ender chest mod to what we're used to. It's just slightly different. But where do we want to set this up? I mean, we could just literally set it up in our base, but I'm going to need a wall of like drawers and everything. So let's take over this house over here. This house is going to be our builder house. Is this a builder? This is a tap room, and this is the one that I can't use, right? The tavern? Yeah, because you can only have 1 tavern per colony. So I guess this will work. Where about in this do I want to set it up, though, I guess? Is going to be my question, because there's not very much room. Here is fine. All right, let's terraform this a little bit. We're going to set this up somewhere around here. Spruce signs go away, everything go away. Get out of here, everything, basically. These barrels have inventory. Can you access those? No, they're just purely decorative. Cobwebs go away. I'm setting all this up over here. I'm getting rid of all this stuff because we're going to end up having drawers along this wall and everything. And I just want to, we're cleaning up now. Saves me from having to do it later. Okay. Something like that. Shapeless. You're all just different things, aren't you? Anything in this barrel? No. Okay. Just forget that. Cool. Okay, now we got a bunch of junk on us. But anyway, so we're going to walk in here, right? This is center. Sure. There we go. We got a path. Perfect. So we can have the builder really could sit, say, here. Right in the center. And then we're going to have drawers that are going to come up and out and around. Our barrel, luckily that we grabbed that, can go sit on top of that. We're going to have our coal generator sit on the bottom of it, and it's going to get some coal. And it should be filling up the builder. Now, the builder uses a ton of power. So it is something to keep in mind that our builder is going to go pretty crazy. We're going to have it be redstone on to activate. We're going to set this up on here, and then we're going to go ahead and get our quarry card. Now, there are different types of quarry cards, or shape cards as they're called. If we take a look at shape cards, you have a few different options, right? So you have a liquid, you can pump, or you can clearing pump, you can replace pump, or you can place liquids. You have a quarry, you have a clearing quarry, you have a clearing fortune quarry, a clearing silk touch quarry, and a fortune quarry, and a silk quarry, and then a void quarry. And what these do, different things depending on which. We specifically went with the shape card quarry. Eventually, I would love to upgrade to the fortune quarry. Maybe the regular silk touch one. It depends. But the reason that we're going with this one that has these little brown dots in the corner is because they replace the blocks that they mine. Because unlike other like void miners or anything like that, this is actually going to mine blocks that are in your world. It's going to clear out blocks that are in your world. And so what you want to do is make sure if you're going to do it, set it up so that you have it so it replaces said blocks. Otherwise, if you do the clearing, Clearing is good if you're wanting to clear out a giant area or something like that. But if you're using it for mining, highly recommend just doing the quarry, the one that backfills. That way you don't create a ton of mob spawning areas in your world. Because if you clear blocks out and then you don't light them up, you're going to end up with a bunch of mobs. Make sense? I think so. We're missing one thing from this, which is a filter. We are going to have to go ahead and grab one of those. That's going to be this guy here. Let me go back home. This should be fairly easy, and we're going to make that filter so we can set this up properly. All right, so with our filter module, we're going to want to go ahead and configure this, and we're going to want to add a tag. And the tag that we're going to want to add, this is all based off of NBT data on your blocks. If you hit F3 and H, it will turn on advanced tooltips. And the one that we are wanting to add, for example, if we look at iron ore, we are looking for the tag called Forge Ores, right? And you can see it. It's if you're looking at the list, it's 1, 2, 3, number 4, Forge Ores. All of the ores that we are able to gather with our builder should be tagged Forge Ores. As you can see, there's deep slate, Forge Ores, regular iron, Forge Ores. If we take a look at ore, coal, Forge Ores, lapis, Forge Ores, diamond, Forge Ores. Everything is going to be tagged Forge Ores. So we want to go ahead and grab Forge Ores. If you hold control, you can see a lot more tags and stuff. If you're like developing and stuff, this is where that's at. But Forge Ores is what we want. There is also Forge Gems. I'm not Forge Gems. Like if you look at diamonds, there is Forge Gems. Generally, I do add the Forge Gems because sometimes if the ore drops as a gem, it's weird. I don't know. Honestly, I don't think Forge Gems really does anything, but I add it anyway just to be safe and cover all my bases. So what we want to do is go into our filter and we're going to say Forge Ores. We're going to add that. Bam. And we'll do Forge Gems. And add it just to be safe. Because see, there's all the gems. Honestly, this one's probably not going to do anything, but the ores is the one that matters. And what we want to do is whitelist these items. Make sure it is set to whitelist. That way, the only thing that it's going to pick up is your ores and your gems, not your dirt, not your cobblestone, not your gravel, not your deep slate, any of that stuff. It only picks up the ores. It doesn't matter. Ignore MBT, all that stuff doesn't make a difference. This is what we want. There is also a button here, I believe somewhere in here that you can actually tell it to, I think it's in the quarry. If we go into the quarry, you can tell it to, void out those extra blocks. But like if you look on here, tag matching enabled, but deep slate's not on here. We don't need all that deep slate, or tough isn't on here. We don't need that stuff. So we're just going to allow this we're going to filter it on the filter end, not the shape card. While we're in here, we're going to go ahead and change this to a solid box. We're going to change this to 512, 256, and 512. And what that means is it's going to mine 512 left, 512 right, and then X and Y 256 blocks. I believe that's the max that you can set this to, and we're going to be good. And then the offset 000 means that it's going to mine in this area here. The only caveat with this is, since we're filtering, we should be okay. Keep in mind, the builder will mine your base. It'll mine you. So just be careful when you set this up. The fact that I have this offset set here, I believe that this is going to mine right at where the builder is. It's not going to change the offset. So it's going to mine here down 512 this way, this way, this way. We can preview this if we wanted to, but that can also cause its own problems because the preview blocks aren't trained. They're not glass or anything like that. So they create light, which creates mobs, which is its own giant mess. So we're not going to go ahead and preview. We're going to change this to don't wait on a position if the operation is not possible. That way it will continue. So if it runs into something like the Aluminium, it can't mine. It won't just stop. It'll continue on past it. Preview mode is disabled. Entities are not moved. No highlighting. Yep, we're going to be good. Good. So theoretically, if we kick this on, it should start doing the thing. It's going to drain power fairly quickly. But there we go. Look, bam. We're getting inferium, we have copper, we have tin, and it's mining. It's doing the thing. So it's going to work through one chunk, and you can kind of see it's at chunk 0 of 1,089 chunks that it's going to explore through in mine, and it's just going to do the thing. Look, we got inert crystals, we got raw uraninite, osmium. This is why I set this up, so I don't have to do the work, because I don't want to mine. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to mine. I'm done mining. And we're done mining in this series. So basically, all we got to do is make sure that this is fed with coal. Now, this is only going to generate 60 RF per tick, so this is going to drastically slow down. Once it runs out of power, it's going to slow down. And it's going to build up to 3,000 RF, and then it'll do an operation. 3,000 RF and do an operation. So we saw how fast it was initially. It's not going to be nearly as fast now. But look, we got X-petrified orbs, which are fantastic. These are used to make our eternal stellas. Eternal stellas are what are used to make items indestructible. This is a different way, though, with the Hephaestus Forge. I have no idea what this is. Hold W to ponder. This is a new thing. Wow. This requires a whole structure and everything now. Cool. Smithing table on the Sagner. Sneak right click with some kind of glowy thingy, and it makes this nice cool looking forge. I like the look of this. Makes it a little bit more challenging to get indestructible items, but still not like impossible and everything. But yeah, that is our mine. So what I want to do now, obviously we need to feed this with coal. We're going to set some pipes up to do some filtering and everything. It looks like it's nighttime outside. Basically what I'm going to do is get our item pipes that we have. They should be in our backpack. Or no, we haven't made item pipes yet. Item pipes. We're going to get these, and I'm going to set everything to flow from this chest, this barrel. We're going to set up an item pipe that's going to take any of the coal that we get from this and immediately put it into our coal generator, right? So that way it self-feeds. It pulls everything into here. Then we're going to have another one that's going to sit and pump into drawers from the storage drawers mod. However, we do have a different drawer mod. Storage, functional storage is what it's called. And I've never played with this one before, so I'm curious to see how this is going to work. But we're going to need a storage controller, and we're going to want drawers themselves. It doesn't matter what kind. I bet you our fir trees are going to make oak, but a storage controller is going to require any sort of quartz. Okay, so we should be able to make this happen fairly simply. You know what I want to do? I'm going to go ahead and make this now. That way we can get this functionally fully set up this episode, because I want to I want to expand this in between episodes. So I want you guys to see what I've done, or at least get the bare bone basics. So I'm going to go back home. We're going to make this storage controller and a couple drawers so you can see how this setup is going to be, and then I can expand it in between episodes and do a little bit of off-camera work. So I'll be right back. Okay, so a little bit of rearrangement, drop this down a little bit so that we have a little bit more room to work with here. But basically, these are the things that we're going to need from what I can tell from this mod, functional storage. So very similar to our regular drawers, you have your 1x1 drawers, you have your 2x2 drawers, you have your storage controller, and these were frame spruce planks from there. So what we have is, instead of having a key, you have a configuration tool, it looks like. Currently, this is set to locking mode, and if we sneak right click in the air, it'll show amounts, show item renders, upgrade renders, and locking mode. What I want is locking mode right now. We'll play with the other things and see where those end up. So what we want to do is get our storage controller set up here right on top of our barrel. Come on. Nope. Probably should just build up instead of trying to jump. I'm expecting myself to have a little bit more height. Okay, so we're going to place this right on top of the barrel. And it's going to be able to, the storage controller is what's going to link all of our other drawers. So all we have to do is pipe items into this guy, and then it should allow items to transfer into the drawers whenever we get those set up. So what I want to do is get my pipe wrench. We're going to say, hey, you can extract from this guy. Now, obviously, he can't do anything yet because we don't have anything set up. But what we want to do is the first drawer that I want to get set up is going to be our coal drawer, because coal is going to go into our coal generator. So I'm going to go ahead and set up an item pipe already pre-set up here. And our coal drawer is going to be a 1x1 drawer because we want as much coal possible to go into this thing. So we're going to set this up as a 1x1. We're going to go ahead and grab our coal, put it in there, and you can see, bam, we have 15. I like that on the one probe, 15 out of 2,000. So we get a list of how much is in there. We can lock it. It gets a little lock. We can turn the amounts off. Perfect. We can turn the item renders off. Upgrade renders, I'm going to assume, is going to let you see what upgrades are in the system. And then we can turn it on to lock, because each drawer can get upgrades. And can we get it's just right click now. Right click on like a non-face of the drawer. Left click gets you a single item. Shift click, I'm assuming, pulls them all out. Yes. And then if you right click on a face that's not the main face, you can access its UI. Okay. So there we go. We have our drawer for coal perfectly set up. We're going to go ahead and tell this it's going to be able to extract from this drawer. Bam. And then we'll just fill in our holes. But now any coal that we get should automatically end up going straight into our coal generator, which is going to fill this bad boy up. And then we can just set our other drawers as needed. Now, one thing to keep in mind, once I do this, it's going to automatically fill these drawers up. Does it? It doesn't? It should. We're extracting from this chest to the storage controller. Empty hand? Empty hand? Huh. Okay, what if I get a copper and I put a copper in here? Does it pull more copper in there? No. How does this work then? Do I need... There is this linking tool which links a drawer to a controller. I didn't think this would be needed, but I guess maybe it is. All right, let's pop home. And I think I have one diamond left. Yep, we have one singular diamond left. I guess we're going to make the linking tool. I thought the linking tool was only needed when you're connecting ender drawers, because there is a such thing as the ender drawer, which I'm assuming allows you to connect to a storage controller without having to actually be physically touching any of the drawers or the storage controller itself. But yeah, I'm sure there's a book, and I probably could look in the book and see how this works. But you know, general guy thing. Who wants to look at the manual? You know, I don't need to look at the manual. So swapped action to add single, multiple. Bam. Controller configured to the tool. Oh, there we go. Okay, so I do have to bind them. Okay, it's not terrible. I guess not that big of a deal to have to do that. So now it's going to pull the stuff out and it's going to put it into the drawers. Now, each one of these slots, as you can see, can hold 512 of its respective item. So look, we have iron going in there. We can add another drawer up to the top here. Bam. Though we're not going to be able to see the top block, so I don't like that. So let's forget that. We'll just expand vertically instead of horizontally. Now, do these have to be touching? Linking tool here. Okay, so this is showing a green wireframe. This is showing a red wireframe. So I'm going to assume it does have to be touching in order for this to work. So ender chests, I'm assuming ender drawers wouldn't have to be touching. These ones do. It is kind of sort of annoying that I have to link each one of these and it doesn't just do the thing. But see, look, now these are red. Link your drawer to the controller. Is it red because they have stuff in it? That was green before, though. I have no idea. I probably should read the book. If there is a book. This is by Industrial Foregoing. Which is not in here. We're going to get into Evilcraft, too. I'm going to look up how that works. 100% going to dive into Evilcraft, though. It looks really cool, and from what I understand, not a lot of people use it, so I want to. Hey, quest complete, all the modium. Okay, drawers? Okay, yeah, it's not in this book. I'll have to go look on the wiki to see exactly how this works and everything. But yeah, there we go. Bam, we're working. We're doing good. This thing is turned off currently. We're going to go ahead and let it start. It's going to run. It's going to mine us up a bunch of stuff. And then coal is just going to automatically go into here. And we're going to have an issue with coal until we get a nice backstuffing of it. And eventually it'll balance out. I may even change this filter here to just do coal for a little bit. Then that way it only runs coal, which actually, you know what, is a good idea. So instead of doing forge gems and forge ores, we're going to do forge ores / coal. So now it'll only mine coal ore. And then that way only coal ore goes into this. We'll reset it, turn it on. So now it's going to go much faster than it was. It's going to explore all the chunks, but it'll get coal ore into this. We can kind of sort of see where this is at because it's going to obviously fill this first and then it'll fill into there. So yeah, anyway, we'll let that do its thing. So what I'm going to do in between episodes, we're going to go ahead and lock all of these drawers because they have their stuff in them. Bam. I'm going to make more drawers. We're going to expand and then let coal pop into here and do its thing. So yeah, that is our builder. As you can see, this is why I have wanted this for so many episodes because it is freaking awesome. No more mining. I don't have to do any more work manually except for all the modium apparently, and maybe a few other things that we run across. But for the most part, we should be good to go. So yeah, that's it for today's episode. If you enjoyed, please feel free to like, comment, subscribe. I do appreciate it, and it really does help out the channel. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one. Have a good one.